Why did you leave Labour?
Well, I'd been there for 8 years, and for 6 of those years I'd been a minister. And when the foreshore and seabed came along and they were prepared to legislate away the last piece of customary land that we held by default, I knew that I couldn't tolerate that, and I knew that I couldn't stay.
Where did that motivation, if you like, come from to set up a new party?
I was basically inundated with people saying to me, this is the time, we need to start having faith in ourselves, believe in ourselves, and we need to do this ourselves. So that's really what drove me in the end.
Why did you help set up the party? What was the whole purpose for the party?
The purpose for the party was to give our people their own voice, the opportunity to speak for themselves, the opportunity to be heard, the opportunity to take up these issues themselves and begin to address them, not expect someone else to, because nobody can speak for our people. They've got to speak for themselves. And that was really, it was fairly basic stuff that, restoring faith, restoring the opportunity, believing that we could do it. I mean, that was the real biggie, was believing that we could do it. And I think the most amazing thing for me was the belief that the people had that this could happen.
The Māori Party is often held responsible for all the social ills and deprivation that our whānau experience.
Well, first of all, I want to say that poverty has not been a new experience for Māori people. Poverty happened to us when we lost our lands, lost the ability to be ourselves, moved away from our kāinga, moved into the cities, moved to become the factory fodder, lost our jobs, lost the ability to go home, kaore he moni. I can think of heaps of things. But the fact of it is that our people had their faith restored in themselves, that they could do for themselves. I think that was the biggest thing for me as I went around the country, was people believing this is our moment, this is our opportunity to show what we can do. Labour court said that we were going to be the last cab on the rank, that they wouldn't work with us, and of course they didn't. And what we saw was how active Labour in particular was in working against our interests, always negatively speaking about us to the people. And sad for our people, because they had believed Labour for so long, it didn't take them long to actually begin to start listening to some of those people, because they were our own people.
What is the positioning in your mind about where the Māori Party should be?
Well, right from the very beginning, when Matua Whatarangi Winiata was the first president, he laid it on the line to us that if we wanted to go into Parliament and sit in opposition and achieve nothing for our people, we were no good to our people. And if you're not prepared to do that, if you're going to base it on personalities, I don't like this party or that party, you shouldn't even go to Parliament, because this is not about individuals. It's about the philosophy of the Māori Party to do the very best that it can for our people, and the only way they can do that is to sit as an independent voice on the side of the Crown. I think $2.5 billion later, nobody can say to us that we haven't achieved anything. If you look at the policy changes that we've managed to achieve, that for all the years that Labour was in there and enjoyed our vote, never did any of those things, I think that I can put my hand on my heart and say we did the very best that we could with the very small numbers that we had to get the best that we could for our people, and I believe that.
What does the future look like?
Well, ideally, if we could restore faith in ourselves as a people and have that belief that we can do this for ourselves. We do not need to have a majority political party doing things for us and to us, that we should be taking control back over our own affairs. We've got to learn to trust ourselves. And no matter how hard that is, if we can't trust ourselves, then quite honestly, the whole colonising process of us as a people in this country has done a very good job.